Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today, we are just going to play around. Some mixed media, something I saw 49 dragonflies do. So we're going to try that. Now, I'm going to show you the sneaky peek, which is right here. And this is a newspaper article, and it was about the Buffalo Creek flood, I believe it is. And it was a very bad flood over there in, I think it was Logan County. But Brady, the man that you saw me with over here, his wife was lost in this flood. And it was just, it just came down out of the mountains. I forget what happened. A dam broke or something. And these unsuspecting people were just swept away. There was nothing that anyone could do. It was just unexpected. But I got Brady's obituary here, and they're both buried up on Cotton Hill. That's where my great-grandfather that rode the mule that kicked him. That's where they're buried. But I've got over here Charlie Johnson and his half-brother Bill Johnson. And he's William Riley, actually. He's either holding their beverages, but I think Charlie, he shot and killed somebody in 1936, so he went to jail. And then Bill, he retaliated in 1937 and killed Leo's brother. Ugh. And then, so I think both of them went to jail. I'm not sure how all that went. And then man drowned, another slain. Constable. That was about Charlie Johnson. So it's nothing but sad stuff on this page. But Charlie, he was the son of Doc Johnson, and Doc was married about 7 times. He was always going for the younger women, but the third wife was my grandfather's sister, Rebecca. So I think that may be who his mother was. But yeah, nothing but sad stuff there. Oh, and, and a lot more of it. Now, it's always fun to snoop around in the papers, and we'll go over and get on the microfilm. And this is like a little thing about the Johnsons. There's Doc Johnson, who married my grandfather's sister, Rebecca. And then these are his sons. There was Elsie, Bill, Dewey. This was one of the wives. Cleveland was a son. Wayne was a son. So I've got all those in here, and I've also got them on my Facebook page. These are some neat old write-ups. This was from 1916, and it's Wells Branch was like a community, probably where the post office was. But it's talking about on the 3rd day of January 1916, the death angel visited the home of Brother William Markham on Cotton Hill and took from his home old Grandpa Joel Crum. Now, Joel Crum is my grandfather's mother's father. How about that? But he used to live up there on Cotton Hill with Cotton Hill Bill. He was born the 1st of January, 1818. He was aged 98 years and 2 days. He had belonged to the Baptist Church about 74 years and had been a faithful Christian until his death. Let us not weep, for God has taken old Brother Crum to his great reward. And as he could no longer stay to cheer us with his love, he hoped to meet him again. It doesn't have anything about his family. The way these are written up, usually these are like the community news is what those type of entries are. And over here, there was another one. This was to celebrate his 97th birthday. So I've got them opposite each other. This was in 1915. And then here was Cotton Hill Bill and his second wife, Millie's tombstones up there on Cotton Hill. All right, that's all we're going to show you. Okay, I have a piece of my watercolor paper cut out, and it's about 5.5 wide, and it's a little, just a tad over 8. No, it's right at 8, I'm sorry. So this is going to be a cover for a future journal, one of those little simple journals I'm doing. I've got this back out again, the botanical bees, and I have a bee that we're going to use. And then there was also, oh, I forgot to show it to you. I've also got on here, it's like a little set of honeycomb, a little stamp. But we're also going to use the stencil that came, and we're going to use like this large one. And I think I'm going to use the small one kind of stamped around. And like I said, this was something that I saw 49 Dragonflies do. And it was really neat. She found it on Pinterest. She searched for it, and they did something right down through the center. We're going to use some texture paste, and then we're going to do some through here. And then we're doing stamping first along the outside edges, and it had spraying and everything, and then it had a butterfly was on hers, but it was the way they stamped it that made it kind of eye-appealing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use some archival ink because there's going to be water involved. Archival ink, hopefully it will make it not move. It's waterproof. So we're just going to go in here like this and just kind of go down like that. Kind of turn it every which way. It's sort of going to be covered up by the big stencil, but this is going to give us a little bit of something to see if it sticks out far enough. Yeah, I'm just kind of going by what she did, and she also kind of morphed it into her own idea. Okay. And there we go. Do I look like I'm even? Kind of. I think I'm good. I better not try to go outside of the box there. Most of this should be the spraying and the texture paste. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. Next, we're going to do the texture paste. And that is going to, I think I'm going to have to hold it this way. And it's just going to go right down through the center. And I may actually tape off. Oops. I need to start using that one. It's pretty full. I'm going to tape off this other one with this, the small, because I'm not going to want that one to be used or shown. Let's see if we can still get this to work. Here, let's just do it this way. And then, oops. This is one of those cheaper ones. I got it, I think it was Michael's. There we go. We'll just do like that. And that gets the job done. And we are going to try to get it as close to the center as possible. I'm going to get us some goodie on here. And I've got some, I did a little bit more shopping the other day. So I've got some more kind of it's not a texture paste, it's called volume paste. And that Vicky lady that I like to watch, she has used it. And it looks really interesting. And it keeps its shape. And I am going to give it a test. Now, I used my PayPal money, so it's not like I use money out of my own pocket. I'm trying not to get this everywhere. There. I'll pick that up. It probably has some yellow around it because I've used it before with something in the past. I guess I'm going to put this down right here. I'm sort of overlapping. Yeah, I can see that yellow. It must be where I had used ink on it, and it's didn't get cleaned off all the way. There. I think I got a little bit outside the box there, but we won't worry about it. All right, I'm going to go in there and clean this off real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, and before it gets too dry, I'm going in here with some of the Distress Embossing Glazes. This one's Tattered Rose. It's got sort of a yellow tint to it. This one's Antique Linen, and this one is Vintage Photo. So we're just going to get in here with a little bit of sprinkling here and there, and see, this will, once I heat emboss this, well, I'll actually just be drying it with my heat embossing gun, and it will actually adhere this and give it a texture on the top and a look. That's what we want. Just a little something different. Yeah, that's got a nice yellow look to it. I might want to use a little bit more of that than I did. And as you can see, it's bowing up on me. That's because it's wet. It's kind of, oh, it just keeps on. But hopefully I can work that back out of it. Okay, that was the Tattered Rose one. And this is the Antique Linen one. This will be more of a yellow. Now I got some of the blue and teal one just the other day and showed it to you. And I'll have to find a little project for us to use that on. And I'm going to get in here and add a little bit of copper, which will add me a little metallic sheen to it. And I'm hoping that'll actually look good. Ooh, it's a little darker than I was hoping for. But it's okay. We're going to actually get in here and put some color, put some black down in some of these spots. So it's going to have some dark hints. Now, I think I showed that to you. The transparent matte is what I used for the texture paste. Okay, I've got it dry. I didn't add enough of the copper. I don't feel like. You can see the copper up in here. I don't know that it'll show. I just wanted to experiment to see. And I'm a little off. This side over here, it should have been another row. But we're just going to go with it. I've got Scattered Straw for a yellow, and that's a spray stain. I have a Wild Honey. It's perfect spray stain. I have a Black Soot spray stain and a Tarnished Brass spray stain. So those are the ones we're going to use. And I think the only one that's got a ball in it's the Tarnished Brass. So we are going to start with the yellow. I've got my water here in case I need it. I think I'll probably squirt it down. I'm not using my splat box. I'm just hoping it doesn't go everywhere. But I think the base color I want to try, and I think I'm holding it at the wrong angle, is this Scattered Straw. There we go. I think it's almost empty, so it's not wanting to come out. Okay, there we go. And that acts like it's got something stuck up its nose. Okay. So, yeah, it's got some kind of a issue. So we're just going to let this kind of run all over the back. Probably need to go out there and get me some paper towels. Let that do that. I could have actually used some ink pads. I'm not exactly sure I've got a yellow that would work, though. Okay, let's figure out what we want to go with next. Probably the Wild Honey. Because the black, I think it's going to go right through the center. Now, I'm thinking because I put the embossing glaze with the yellows and stuff on the actual honeycomb, that's going to stay that color because I can easily wipe off anything that sprays over top of the texture paste. So let's go ahead with this one, and we're going to, I got on the little outwards side than I wanted to there, but there. Because I'm wanting to leave the light edge and work my way in. There. Okay. Now we're just going to kind of blend this around. I like a little bit of color there. And I'm going to rub it around my finger just a little bit to get it to kind of go where I want it to go. And there's still a little bit of water on here that's helping to move it around. Yeah, that kind of thing. All right, I might hit this with my heat gun, and I'll be right back. Okay, I didn't quite dry it all the way, but you can see what it did. I've got my light edges. I've got my wild honey there, and now we're going in with the really bold effect of the black soot. And that's really, really going to give us a dark inside here. Yeah, there we go. Now, I'm going to pop it with a little bit of water. Okay. Let's see if I can make it move in between each one of the combs. I got a little bit of a white patch here, but I think I might be able to fix that later on. That was from the texture paste going outside of that edge, and I didn't get a chance to cover it with any embossing, but you can always do that later on. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm just wondering if I need a little more. Just a little more in a couple spots. Maybe like that. I'm hoping that wasn't too much. Okay. Oops. Oops. I'm not exactly sure that's the look I wanted to go for. See if I can dab that off. Let's just see if we can dab at it. There we go. Oh, you can actually see through there and see the little tiny ones. So it did keep that color. Oh. I'm telling you, sprays are messy, but they're fun. I need to wash this whole tray. Oh, let's see. Is that anywhere close to what I wanted it to be? I'm not exactly sure. To tell you the truth. Oh, now it's looking really light through here. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get that stencil back. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that. Okay, I'm not going to give up quite yet. I'm going to use this tarnished brass and see what it does for me. Let's see what that will do for me. That might calm down all of this black that I got going on there. So let's see. As you can see, it has a beautiful gold tone to it. And I'm afraid to spray it because I don't want to dilute it much. See if I can get a little down here where that's kind of white. All right. Now, let me see if I can hit it with the gun and go from there. Okay, this is what I've got so far. Actually, I think that was the bottom. So as you can see, I hardly have any honeycomb over here. So I think I'm going to come in here with it just in my hands so I can kind of control it. And I'm going to put a little right there, just so I've got it showing again. Yeah, like that. Gives it a little bit more of a boldness to it, too. Let's see. See if I can get a little bit more. Over here. Okay. Ooh. I'm just playing away. Ooh, that's dark. Okay. I need some irregularity. That's the word I'm trying to come up with. Yeah. Let's do some little irregularity over here. So I got different points sticking out. Like over here. And let's finish off that section. Okay. I think that might work. Put a little bit right there. All right. We're going to come in here now and hit this with some, I'm going to hit it with some ink on the outside edges with the dauber. See if I can clean that off there. There we go. All right, now I'm going to actually flick some drops here along the outside edge to see if we can pull off some color. Just to give us some texture. Okay, I'm just wiping some water, but I haven't wiped any off of the page yet. I was letting it soak in just a bit to see what I could get. All right, let's do it now. Ah, yeah. I'm getting some white showing back up, which is nice. You always want a little bit of light and dark working against each other in your pieces. I don't see as much over here as I'd like. So let's try it again. Okay. Let me let that soak in for a minute. Now I have to get me another piece of paper because I'm going to stamp the bee out. I got black and everything else on me, don't I? All right. Okay. I haven't cleaned this off yet. I was over digging for that piece of paper. Oh, yeah. Much better. Much better. Okay. You can't really notice much, but I can see where it picked up a little bit of that color off the background. Yeah, I like that. All right, I think we might be done with this. Okay, we're going to use this a little bit of our vintage photo down here, and we're just going to kind of put it on the background. We don't want it too dark, just so it's not blaring white. And we're going to put some over here as well, because we have a saying here. It's have a beautiful day. And we're going to put that on our cover as well. Okay, I think that might be all the base I need. And then we're going to stamp. Now, this one, it got stuck to the background. And I don't know, whatever. I tried to get it off, and it just doesn't want to come off. So I have to just leave it on here. I can't put it on a block or anything. It's just what it is. So we're going to see if it works. You just can't, move with it. slide or anything. Okay, let's see if that will work. Misty's middle. How did I do that? Well, let's try it again. I guess I didn't rub in that area. Okay. So let's try it this time, because I'm going to... Well, I'm running out of room, guys. Let me get up here real quick and slide that down. Now let's see what we can get. Right there. Push him down. I'm holding him with one finger while I'm rubbing with the other. Okay, let's see how that works. Much better. Got black everywhere. Oh, that pigment ink really goes to town. Okay, do I have enough room right there? Yeah, got enough room for my have a beautiful day to be right here. I haven't used this one yet. Oh, ooh. I don't know where that dark came from. Let's try it again. That's why you want to keep some of your scraps, so you're not wasting anything. And you can see how many times I'm messing up. Oh, no. God. I'm tired. I've been cleaning all day, cooking, made jambalaya. That stuff turned out good. And then I did some washing. I'm ready to sit down. Okay, there we go. Looks good. Put the cap on that thing so I don't get it anywhere else. Now I got to cut that out, and I'll be right back. Alright, I went over and got a scrap piece of paper. And I'm just putting two of them together so they're big enough. I could put me a little bit of glue under there. I don't think it could hurt nothing. And yeah. And then I have a punch for a hexagon, but it's not big enough. But I want to put my bee. Trying to figure out which way I want to go with him. I think, I don't know. The hexagons are going this way, so I think I'm going to stick with that. But I'm just going to kind of draw this one on here. And then I'm going to make it bigger. There used to be these things that you could get to do that with. But, yeah. Yeah, to have a nice day, that I'm going to darken the outside edge of it. And I got a little ruler here, and I'm going to go all the way up to the top there. So I'm going to make these about the same size away from the original hexagon. I meant to tell everybody I was thankful you came by to visit. I thought I'll get it in here before the end, and I just forget. I always forget. There we go. Okay. So let's cut that out real quick. And then we'll cut that flush with each other. And I thought this would look good. I needed my bee to be on something. Although, you know, it's always good to have your focal stand out. So, yeah. It's going to be a big focal too. I'll probably put that right in the center. Yeah. And that's just the right size too. So let's go ahead and glue him down and get him placed. I'm wondering if I need to use my fabric tack to get that to stick over top of all that texture paste. So let's do him right here. Push that down. Get all the excess off. There we go. Might not need it. I mean, I'm going to have some of these outside edges touching the actual paper, so I think we'll be good. Okay. Guess I'm going to put that right in the center. And I'm going to see how I can work in this "Have a Nice Day." I'm still working it in my head, whether I want to leave it this shape, or maybe have it up in that corner, or if I'm going to bubble cut it. I think I really want to bubble cut it. And that's going to be where you just go kind of around the shape with the same bit of a bubble size. And you round them as much as you can. Like that. Bubble cut. There we go. All right. Now, figuring out where I want it. That might be good right there. Or the "Have a Nice Day" right there. I kind of like it coming off of the edge like that. We had a whole bunch of bees out here today on a... They were trying to get the water off of the bricks. They don't have anything to get on in the pond as yet, because all the plants are basically below the water surface. So they were getting their water that way. I guess they were giving it to the babies, or they were getting ready to lay eggs, and they needed the water for that to mix up the wax and all. Okay, so our last thing we're going to do is try to fix up stuff everywhere. We're going to take scorched timber, and we're going to go around our edge, kind of like this, and kind of help that yellow stand out a little more, because it's being kind of sandwiched. Yeah. Now you can always add more goodies to your cover if you wanted. Sometimes less is more, right, Wayne? Although it's kind of a busy look, but it's grungy. You know me, I like grungy. I'm going to go back through here and also do it right on the edge. Okay. All right, let's see how I put this. I want it to be a little darker right in there. Okay. So what do you think? Do you think it turned out the way you thought it would? Are you asking me if I thought it turned out the way I thought it would? That would be a big no. It didn't... I really wasn't sure what I was aiming for here. But, I mean, I'm happy with it. It's different. Let me get this out of the way where it's not behind it. Alright, what do you think? Do you like that? It'd be the cover of a bee journal. They always do well down at the shop. You can still see the honeycomb just a bit. And the other thing I was going to tell you is, if you wanted to make your actual honeycombs turn out a little better, and you weren't happy with them like this, you could put that stencil back over it and dab it with your heat embossing gel, and then put another color over top of this, like more of the bronze. I think that, or copper. I think that really turned out pretty. I should have used more of that. I may end up getting back in here and doing that because, like around here and around in there. All right. Well, everybody, take care, and I will see you again soon. Maybe not tomorrow. Mom wants to go out again, and we'll probably go by the shop, and she always wants to go by Walmart. So, everybody, take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.